So let us consider how to provoke one another. Let's stop there. Provoke is a good word. Isn't that a good word? It's one of those words you have to feel as you say it, right? It doesn't just slip out. You have to provoke, right? And it's an action word. It's a word that compels us to have to stop and think for a minute. See, the original Greek is incite. Do you know what incite means? It means to start something. It means to do something in such a way that it is contagious and other people have to join in. Let us provoke other people to kindness. And the only way to do that is if you yourself are kind. Kindness is not going and telling somebody off and said, the preacher said, tell the truth in love. Kindness is watching someone talk to someone in a disrespectful way and you step in and say, we're not going to do that here. It's not of God. Kindness is when somebody talks to you about someone else behind their back and you say, we don't do that here. It's not of God. Kindness is when you act in someone else's, for someone else's good. And you step out of the selfish way that we live in this world. It's time to move beyond niceness. We've had enough of that. See how it's working out? We have to reach down for the courage to live in kindness, to provoke one another, to love and good deeds. You know where that courage comes from? Comes from worshiping together. Comes from being in a small group together. Comes from praying together. Comes from singing together. It comes from remembering that the water that I poured in that bowl at the beginning of the sermon, it's just ordinary water. It came out of the sink tap. And it's going to be ordinary water until we ask the Holy Spirit to transform it. Holy Spirit, make this water, this ordinary Atlanta tap water, make this be for us a tangible sign of the courage that you have implanted in us to live as kind people who hold each other accountable for not just smiling at our neighbors, but living in love with our neighbors. Choosing what's best for all over what's best for me.